what I want you to do is I want you to scan your host system. Your host system. So, a couple things you need to do. You need to set up OpenBoss, and then you just need to use InMap or ZenMap. So the first 20 points, really easy. Okay, you can follow along with what was in the book, or you can use easy mode and use ZenMap. Perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going to concentrate on OpenBoss because that's the harder one of the two. And this is where everybody really starts losing points because although it works on my laptop, I'm not going to guarantee it works on your laptop. Why? I don't use your laptop on a daily basis. There's a lot of things that might not be set up correctly on your laptop. Or there might be a lot of things that are set up correctly on your laptop that are going to cause you problems. Okay? So, here's what I suggest. When working with the homework and the labs in this class, turn your firewall off, disable your antivirus. What? Professor Brown, you're telling us to be insecure? Yeah, why? This is an offensive security class. Alright? When you go out, and if you ever get a job in the pen testing environment, you are going to have a rig, a laptop, a computer, whatever, that is solely used for pen testing. You're not going to use it for your email. You're not going to use it for any personal stuff. Okay, it's going to be property of the organization you're working for, and guess what? At the end of the engagement, if they're doing it right, you're going to hand it in, it's going to get wiped. Why? To ensure that no customer data, customer information gets leaked out. Okay, and guess what? When you set up those images, you don't need a firewall. You're going to probably have malware on your system anyway. Why? Because you're going to be using it against your targets. Okay? Definitely don't need antivirus in that situation. Okay? So, on my system, I have my firewall turned off so I can use this. I pretty much just use this laptop for schoolwork and nothing else. So, with that, make sure your firewall's turned off. Make sure your antivirus, if you're using antivirus, is turned off. So I'm going to come into Kali. I want to make sure that Kali is set up on NAT, the network adapter NAT. Why? Because it needs access to the internet. It needs access to the internet. Power it on. Okay. I already did this in last night's class. So once your Kali instance boots up, God, I keep using instance. I'm so used to working in AWS. I'm sorry. When did you choose the instance? So once you log in, open up a terminal. In that terminal, you're going to run that command. app-get space install space OpenBoss. Okay? And you're going to say yes. It's going to prompt you. Now, I've already done this last night, so it's going to error out on me. Yeah, see. Oh, you already did it. Well, that's right. Sorry. Okay, it's already the latest version. All right. So if you already have it installed, you'll get a similar message. Should get a similar message. If not, you can go ahead and do that. This takes about 10-15 minutes, depending on how much RAM you gave Kali, how many processors you gave Kali, what your internet connection is, etc. So if we're all in the wireless, it's probably going to take longer because we're going to saturate the access point. All right. Yeah.
What it says, can't unable to locate package open box.
What you need to do is update your packages list. Okay. So with that, if you get the error that it can't update the package OpenBoss, you might want to do an apt-get update first. Apt-get space update and enter. Let that run through. That might take 10-15 minutes. Okay, that might take a little bit of time. That'll refresh your sources file as well. Okay? If that does not work, you can look at your sources file. I think it's in Etsy sources. That's where it is in Red Hat. All right, I'm gonna Google search away.
Press Y and enter.
Sources.list, where can we directory go? Etsy sources, right?
If I get a unable to lock the administration directory.
What?
Yeah.
Unable to lock the administration directory. You're root, right?
Yep.
Okay. So if you do a Google search on sources.list, location Cali, you'll find a lot of information. Oh, it's Etsy app sources, that's what it was. So if I go into Etsy and then apt, alright, there's my sources.list file. Okay? I can edit that and then I can look at where I am gaining all of my packages from. So if I just do a vi sources.list, okay? Now anything with a hashtag, # in front of it is marked out. So I can see that my I get it from my CD-ROM. That's my E drive. I also have my Debian primary sources list at http://kali.org/kali rolling main non-free okay? Now, I can unremark and save this one, which will give me, oh, that's the same one, huh? Okay. You can also look up additional source lists and edit this file for those. For example, let's say I wanted to look at an additional sources repository. Wish I had ours here working. Thank you very much, security of IT of Cal Poly Pomona. You suck. So there's the main one. That's the same one we have. So these are the old repositories. These are the rolling repositories. So you can add this one, for example, dev source. That would be like cutting edge beta. So I can copy that. I have VM tools set up so I can paste this in here. In VI to add to edit, I just have to hit insert. And now I can paste stuff in here. So if I can't paste it, I can write it. So deb -src http http://http.cali.org cali-rolling main trib. The only difference is I really need to put that below the primary source. So think about that. Whoops. It's okay. If you didn't catch it the first time, you catch it now. See. Save that. Save that. All I have to do is get out of the insert, which I can just hit escape. And then to write it, :WQ bang. If I cat that file, you can see that my change is there. All right? Now if I go do an update, that may solve your problem. Okay. Editing your sources lit. Go ahead.
If it works, yes to continue.
Editing your sources file, regardless of what Linux distribution, you guys should be able to do that. That's, you know, pretty fundamental to Linux. All right. So once that's all done and it's installed, the last thing you're going to do, and this is where you give yourself time. Okay. I highly suggest you don't do that here. Don't do this tonight. Take your laptops back home, cable them into your internet connection. It'll be faster. And do this, go to bed. Make sure that your host operating system, Windows, Mac, whatever, will not fall asleep. Make sure you plug it in so it doesn't run out of battery juice. Because this could take a few hours. All right? This could take a few hours. The reason is setting up OpenBOSS. The OpenBOSS application has to reach out to the NVT, National Vulnerability Database, and pull down all of its signatures. Okay, and at last count, there were 60-something thousand of them. Takes a while. All right? So, after that's all done, again in a terminal, OpenBoss-setup. OpenBoss-setup. Say that one more time. OpenBoss-setup. Okay? And then go away. Just let it. I hope you don't need your laptop for a few hours. Okay? Now, if you have a very high speed internet connection, of course, this will take a lot less time. Last time I did it, it took a couple hours. And that was on a 100 megabit connection. All right. Finally, when this runs, when it completes, right, and there may be a couple of menu options here, so check on it every hour or so. I mean, when I say go to bed, I don't really mean that. Check on every hour or so. Make sure there's not a prompt that you need to answer to. At the very end, it is going to give you a password in brackets. And that thing is going to be really, 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 really long. That is your admin password to the Greenbone Security Agent. The Greenbone Security Agent. That's so you can log into it. You need to go into the terminal, copy that between the brackets, not the brackets, but everything inside the brackets. Put it in a leaf pad, put it in a notepad, paste it, save it. All right? Because you're going to need it to log into Greenbone. If you want to keep that terminal open, just suspend your VM. You can do that too. Nothing wrong with that. Just go up there, but save it so you have it. Because if you don't have it, guess what? You're not going to be able to finish this up on Thursday. You should be at that point on Thursday. Good. That's where I want you to be on Thursday. Ready to go, so that when we go into OpenBoss, you can do your scan and you can complete homework. Questions?
Don't do setup now.
I would not do it now unless you want to stay here for the next few hours. You got nowhere to go, man. That's on you. Everybody's like, do it. Okay. If you want to start it, now I'm not saying this will work. I'm not saying this will work, but you can try it. I have actually a couple students from my other class trying it. You can start the terminal, right?
Yeah.
Right? I've already done it. Whoops. Oh, it's gonna update my signatures. That's fine. It's gonna update all my signatures. What you can do in VMware is you can suspend your VM, and hopefully you won't have any corruption. It'll pick up when you unsuspend it later on. How you do that? Come up here and hit the pause button. Save the environment and unpause. So go connect to another network, get an IP address, yada 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 yada. When you unfreeze it, it should resume where it's at. I'm not going to guarantee that. I don't know how good your internet connection is. Right? This could corrupt your install. Might not. Depends. Alright. Questions? That's all I got for the night. So Thursday, we're going to finish up homework. We're going to get into the Windows lab.